Welcome to Find Your Niche Videos. This video is showing you how to seam the bottom of the Sunshine in My Pocket beach tote. I've got what you'll want to do, the I-cord threaded through your hem, and hem's all finished. Got that finished. I-cord, you just kind of stretch it down. Sorry, my camera angle's not quite as wide. Stretch it down. It's going to be long enough to tuck in and lay just nice and neatly up against the side of your bag. So there is, just to show you, a little extra, an inch or two, and that's just going to be stuck in there, and that is just fine. What I like to do here is to grab a safety pin or a stitch marker, and you can put that in and hold it there. So what I've got shown here is, so this is, the ties are attached here, and I've just got little stitch markers holding those in for now. And I've lined up just the bottom. And I did put a little safety, or a little stitch marker there just to kind of hold things together and get us even. What I will say too is for the very beginning, I don't like to start in this corner. If you start here, it just is hard to get everything lined up and even. If you start a few stitches in, it makes things a little bit easier. So what you're going to do is go under a V on the right side of the fabric and just kind of pull through. Leave yourself tail so that you can come back and sew in that little corner. And then you're going to come and get the corresponding V over here, which is right here. All right. And what I like to do is to not pull that yarn very tight because that allows for you to get it more even later. All right, and so you don't have to pull it very tight because that will allow you to see where you came from. Sorry for the squeaks, we have a new puppy. So you're looking at the V's, a V from here and V's over here. Always look at the ones that, we're looking at V's this way and then V's this way. So the V, like the bottom of the V, is at the hem of each fabric. All right, so we're gonna get a V on the right side. This is the last V we were at, right there. And so I'm gonna come and get both sides of the V right there. And then we're gonna come to this one, both sides of the V right there. All right, I'll show a few more. Both sides of this V. And just make sure you're staying consistent. I could go into this one right here, right on the edge, or you can go one in and go to this one. This feels a little neater to me and easier to see consistently, so I'm going to stick with that one, if that makes sense. And then this V here. So whichever you do, just stay consistent. It doesn't matter. And when I say stay consistent on that side. You could go, like I'm doing, one V in here, and then do the edge V on the other side. If that is, easy to see for you, that's just fine too. Just like that, because it gives it a little more stability in time as well. I'll show one more. So V here. Get back through. I'm catching something extra. There we go. That V, and then this V. And after you do a few, you will want to pull that tight, and so you just kind of snug it on up. Sorry for being out of focus. Snug it on up and see how it just comes right on together. So I will seam up with the rest of this and stop at the other corner, and we will show you how to do the ties. All right, so now I've sewn the seam all the way down, and I'm to my other corner, and you'll see I'm just right up against where I've stuck those little ties in. I finished on the right. You can see where it's coming from. So my next one is a V on this side. So that was my last one, it looks like. Sorry. So next one would be, we're going to grab this one. And then what you're going to do is actually just go straight through that tie. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and get this stitch marker out of our way so we can see a little better. We've gone straight through our tie, and then you're going to get the next V on this side, which is this right here. So that's your process. We'll do two more of these, probably straight through V on this side, and then straight through, and V on this side, which will be right in that. Nope, that's not a V. Sorry about that. There we go. I think that, yeah, that's it. Okay, and so we're through that one. I'm going to go ahead and snug it up. And then let's go ahead, and this is non-technical. I'm just going to grab both those and kind of cinch that up right in between. All right, so V here, and then come through your next tie and do a V on the other side. Remove that stitch marker when it's in your way. Remember, whatever you're using to pin those. And a V here through our tie. Snug it up. V here through the other edge of this tie. And we'll do one more V here, I think. We'll see what it looks like. Okay. All right, so our ties are secure, and then just see how close you are to this corner. If you need to come back over here and do another V, I'm just gonna grab that V right there and snug that on up. So now my ties are firmly attached. I didn't interrupt my seaming too much. It looks pretty neat. So you'll just not get yourself in a knot, but stick your tail into the inside of your work and then sew it in. Now I've come back to the other side. Remember, we started a few stitches in. I'm just going to show you how to end this side. So remember, you can loosen up to see your stitches a little better. V here, and then a V on your other side, which will be here. Well, helps to keep your needle threaded. That's why if you leave yourself a long tail, life's easier. All right, V here, and a V here. All right, and we got a few more right in this corner. It gets hard to see, but just stick with your same thing you've been doing. V here, just hunt out those V's. And V here. This is why I like to end with this instead of start with this. And probably last one, what you might want to do too is if you're getting, you know, it gets a little nubby because you've got extra fabric there, because it's right in the corner, you know, tuck that, just push that in so that it's not so extra. Gonna grab, oops, sorry, we're gonna grab this V. We've kind of pushed that fabric in, this V. And then instead of coming this way, you can come this way, but I think I'm going to come this way. It's going to give us a little rounder of a look. All right, so there is that corner. Same thing as the other side. Take your needle, poke it to the inside. Let me go in the inside and grab it. All right, and so let me zoom out a little bit and show us. Got a nice, neat little corner there, seamed all the way across, and our ties are totally secure in there. What you'll see too, I'll flip inside out just so you can see what those ties look on the inside. See, they just kind of stick out right there. No big deal. I wouldn't worry about it one bit. They're not going to, you know, bother you. And all is good. So you just see how that tie lays right against that side. And our bottoms are all seamed. Thanks for watching Find Your Knitche videos.